Right on. So first, I'm gonna just do this one video on this cosmology stuff, and I'm gonna just probably put it to the side and think a lot about that. Right. As far as this whole Venus coming in later, and they say it can't happen, but okay. If I check the age of the universe or whatever, you find that they say that I don't know how they prove it, but they say through the modeling or whatever that the sun is 4.6 billion years old, and the Earth is like 4.5 something, 4.53 billion years old, and the moon is just slightly younger, which is like 4.51 or something like that billion years old. And then if they look at the other planets like Mercury and Venus and Jupiter, they're 4.50, which is even younger. Just going by what I'm looking at, they only allow me to look at what they allow me to look at. I'm not the greatest researcher, but I'm just going by what is there, right? And then for their cosmology, I don't know how they get it. Because apparently this other planet, whatever they call, started with a T or something like that, come in and smack the Earth when it was doing its thing, right? And apparently, whatever bust us up, and whatever this other little piece that coalesced off the Earth, apparently, I think it's their description, turned into the moon. Younger. Right? A rock come in, hit a rock, and another piece broke off that rock, and younger. In logic, if I go out there and I take a rock, right? Any rock, you can pick any rock you want and hit it with another rock and break a piece off it. That piece don't get younger. Maybe it does. Logically, right? And if I talk to people, they say, well, physicists or whatever, they say, well, because I'm magnetism and displacement. Sorry, I can agree with those two things. The other thing, it's crazy. I'm not. I don't go to school for that, so I'm not going to say a lot. Logically, doesn't work. They say you can't have Venus come in and get trapped by something, but you got comets and asteroids are doing it all the time, getting trapped up. Right? Like the Earth, because it has the moon, and it has this other little moon, and it didn't show up but like 100 or 150 years ago. And as far as in a gravitational equilibrium orbit, it's not, is it? It just sits up there. It sits up there and does this thing back and forth. It's not going around. And I don't think it's on the ecliptic. I think it's on the north-south pole, which is, right? If it's just gravity or whatever, then it wouldn't do that, right? Well, maybe it does. I don't, you explain that one. Just my opinion. So as far as that goes, right, I'll let it go. It's cool. But that's where I get crazy with my cosmology. I don't believe in horoscopes and everything like that. I just don't. Right? So, yeah. But I'm going to let that go. I'm just going to let that stir. I'm going to let it sit there because it's still my opinion that moon have a magnetic field and a magnetopause, whatever you want to call it. Both an atmosphere before it's a hang up here. That's just my opinion, whether we were here or not. Right? Right. So, which is, see how this plays out.